All right, again, welcome, welcome. Today we are going to talk about leveraging PDFs with landing pages. So if you would like to register for future sessions, you can scan that QR code that you see on your screen. It is also right within KV Core in this live training calendar as well. Today we are going to talk about leveraging PDFs with landing pages. And so a lot of what we talk about today is going to be available to you on this outline. So if you are here live, I am going to share this link with you right now. And if you are watching the recording, it'll be linked down below in the description. So this is a living document. We'll probably do some updating as we go through today. These tend to change a little bit at a time. And this is also where you can find the recording link. I'll put that on there as soon as that processes through so you can get this one directly from here. So for those of you who are not familiar with landing pages, we have a ton of training on them. If you go to our Agent Quick Start course, they are covered in the fourth section, fueling up your pipeline. If you are a live webinar experience person, they are part of our Agent Quick Start course series. They are taught on Thursdays. So the Agent Quick Start is at 1 o'clock Eastern. So we've already missed it for today, but that's okay. But every Thursday, you can get to know more about landing pages. You can also head over to our support and training. And if you type in landing page, you will get a whole bunch of ideas and articles from a landing page overview, so you want to make sure you're looking at KV Core. So landing page overview is really the one that you want. This one's good too, the lead generation landing page ideas. Those are kind of the two good articles in here specifically for KV Core and landing pages. So we're not going to go too much into step-by-step of building them, but I will tell you a little bit more about them. So lead engine, when I go to build a landing page, I do need to select a domain. So this is asking me, this is going to be your KV Core domain. And this is really asking like, where do these leads, who owns these leads? Okay, so if I'm an agent in here, I don't have any admin rights, so I only have myself. But if I am an admin, I will have additional options here. So I just wanted to call that out in case I have any admins here. And then I'm going to start building. Okay. I also want to point out that I can view all of my past landing pages right underneath that. So you can reuse things. So for example, if this one had 35 views, right? That's a pretty good landing page. I'm going to go ahead and copy that link and share it out into the world. Or maybe I had two different buyer's guide landing pages and one did much better than the other, and I want to review it and kind of compare and contrast and see like why one thing worked better for me than something else. So you have a whole history here when it comes to landing pages. You cannot go back and edit one though. Okay, so just something to know. Well, I can go back and I can view what this was, and I can go back and recopy my link and make an ad for it, put it on Instagram, Twitter, whatever I want to do. I cannot go back and edit it. So that is something I wanted to call out. Okay, so as you're building a landing page, well, let's take a step back. So today is all about PDFs. Okay. As you know, or you may not know, there's not a direct way to attach a PDF within KV Core. There is a way to leverage a link sharing ability. So that's kind of what we're going to do today as well. So your first step into leveraging a PDF is to have a PDF to begin with, right? That's going to be our first step here. And so I can get a PDF in a lot of different ways, right? First, I might have something that I have already created. I might choose to, if I have access to like a marketing department, I could reach out to them and get something that my marketing department has, or I can create something new. Right. So if I'm going to create something new, we're not going to do a full like Canva class today, but I can leverage Canva. So I'm going to put that on our outline doc for anyone who wants to check that out. So let me link that in there for us. Also, actually, just yesterday, our success meetup did have to do with Canva. So I'm going to link this in here too, building a relocation guide magnet. So she does talk a little bit about Canva there in that one. So I'm going to link that one into our document as well. Let me add that because I did not get that in there. And we did do another one quite a while ago, also with Canva. This one is going to be like way more Canva design related. So if you do want to know more about Canva, we have some resources for you, but Canva themselves is of course going to have a whole ton of resources on how to utilize them. So Canva is one good place to create a PDF. Another good place to create a PDF would be like just within a Google Drive itself, because that's where we're going to get the link for this PDF. So I just made a drive in here. It's easy for you to see. And you can make a Google Doc and put any information on here that you want. So you can essentially make your own PDF. So I just did like a real quick sample buyer's guide. Like I just made this up as I went. I wrote how to buy a home in today's market. I put an image of a property that I found for free. I put 4 tips on here. If you're going to make a real PDF, definitely put more effort into this. I just kind of made something really quickly. So good question. What do you need to make a PDF for? You might not need it for anything. So using a PDF is another way, like usually it would be if you have some like marketing collateral that you want people to see. So what I do see a lot is like creating a buyer's guide, right? Let's say I have a buyer's guide and I want to leverage that as a way to generate leads, right? Think about all the great content that you already have access to. That is your experience. That could be your marketing department. That could be something that you create. Like as a real estate professional, you have a lot of value to offer to someone who is looking to sell their home or looking to buy a home. So what we're doing here is thinking about how do I share that value with people? Right? That's really what this is all about. So great question. How do I share that value with people? And so creating a PDF is just one way to share that value with people, right? People love, yeah, great question. I probably should have started with that. So I'm so glad that you asked. So creating a PDF is a way to share that value with people. Like I could share this in a different way. Like I could make a landing page that says, sign up for my, 4 email steps to buying a home in today's market. And I make a smart campaign, save for a down payment. That's email number 1 that I send you. Email number 2 that I send you is meet with a lender. Email number 3 is determine your monthly payment. So that would be using the same information, but I'm delivering it in like an email course format. Today, I'm going to deliver this in a PDF format. Okay, so I just made a silly list, how to buy a home in today's market. I just threw some ideas on here. A really good, people love listicles, right? I don't know when that word was created or when they became popular, but listicles are they're articles, but they're lists, right? So, top 10, this would be top 10 tips to buy a home in today's market. That would be a listicle. Here, this is funny. Listicles that will save your life, right? So things like that. Top 10 tips for, getting to bed quickly. Here we go. I just Googled listicle and I found, oh, that's funny. 32 of your childhood toys that are worth an absolute fortune now. 10 important life lessons you can learn from cats, right? Those are listicles, right there. It's an article, but it's really a list. So it's called a listicle. So making one of these, right? So let's just say I'm going to do, okay, we're just going to stick with that one. 10 important life lessons you can learn from cats. So here's an article form. I could make this into a PDF form. I could open a Google Doc, right? So if I go into Google, and so if I open a new tab, let's just start from the beginning. And in the top right-hand corner, I've got these 3 little dots. I can open a brand new doc from here. I can go into my drive, which is like how things are organized. And anything that you create as a Google Doc, you can save as a PDF. Okay, so I made this in my Google Doc. I could make, copy this basically. I would make the top 10 important life lessons I learned from cats. Okay, but this is my buyer's guide. Top 10 tips to buying a guide or to buying a home in today's market. Right. So now that I have the content of my PDF, right, which I could have made that in Canva. I could have checked out my company's marketing department. Google is a really good way. So like if you want to use this strategy today, but you're like, I have no idea what kind of PDF I would make, Christina, Google things. Put on your consumer hat and think about what questions your consumers have for you. So free download for first time home buyers. Right? And see what from here I could use, right? Here's an ebook I could download. Download your free home buying checklist, a printable from Pinterest. There we go, realtor.com, ready to buy a home. Download realtor.com's free first time home buying guide. So like I could download this from realtor.com myself and then make a landing page for it. Right, so as I create a PDF, Google can help me find content. Google can help me come up with ideas for my buyer's guide. Right, so I make a Google Doc. I just throw a picture on here. I put some steps on here, and I'm probably going to brand it. Right, I'm probably going to put, a direct link to my website, or I'm going to put some, branding with my brokerage. Like I'm probably going to put a little bit of branding in here. And so, brand recognition, right? So by Christina, actually, I guess that would go up on the top. How to buy a home in today's market by Christina Hampton with Inside Real Estate. All right, so that's my thing. So now I'm going to make it a PDF. So again, I could make this in Canva, save it as a PDF. I'm making it in Google Docs. I'm saving it as a PDF. There are probably other ways out there to take content and make it a PDF. I don't know what they are. So on my handy dandy, outline here, I put a bunch of question marks, right? I wasn't sure what else existed, but I'm sure something else does exist. If any of you know something else that I can make a PDF, how I can make a PDF, like Adobe, that's how you make PDFs. But so you get a PDF. So then I'm going to file and I'm going to, where's the button that I want? There we go, download. I'm going to download this as a PDF. Okay, so now I have my samples buyer's guide as a PDF. So in order to make this shareable via a landing page, I need to have a link to this PDF. So I'm going to turn right around and put it right into my Google Drive. That is the best way that I know to make PDFs shareable. So that's the whole goal, is you want to get a shareable link for the PDF. So if I put it here in Google Drive, then I'm able to share things, right? And so I have, of course, an article for that, how to share a Google Doc as a PDF on any device. So I'm going to link that into our outline as well. So now I have a link. And so what you want to do to get your link is you right click this and then you go down to share. So here with the training team, we use Google Drive a lot because it's easy for us to share content with each other. Anyone can have access to their own Google Drive. You just need to have a Gmail account, and Gmail is free. So even if it's not like something that you use for your primary emailer, having a Gmail account is wonderful. If you have an Android phone, you already have a Gmail account. It's a requirement with that phone type. So I'm getting a link to share with people. So I'm going to change my general access. Right now, I own it. I can edit it. It's saying you share a lot of things with Kelly. Do you want to share this with Kelly? I don't, not right now. So I'm going to take this restricted access. There's a little down arrow, and I'm going to change it so anyone with the link can view my PDF. I don't want them to be able to edit it. I don't want them to be able to comment on it. I just want them to view this PDF here. So I'm going to copy my link now. And that's it. That's all I needed. It's done. When I copy it, this goes into what's called the clipboard on your computer. You're not actually going to see it anywhere. Like no clipboard pops up. You don't need to, it's just, your computer is going to remember it. It's like being held until you paste it somewhere. It's the first part of a copy and paste plan. So if that makes you nervous, like that makes some people nervous, you could open another Word doc, you could open a Word pad and like paste it so it's always there. But as long as I don't copy anything else, my computer is going to know what it is, and that's fine. So now that I have my PDF, right, that's step one. Let's see, Deanna, will you save this video somewhere so we can rewatch it? Absolutely. It'll be on our YouTube channel. I will link that channel at the end of today. It will also wind up at the bottom of this doc that I'm working through today, and I'll reshare this at the end as well. So yes, absolutely, we'll reshare this for sure. So now that I have my link to my PDF, right now, so we've done step two on my outline, right? We've made the PDF, we've given it a shareable link. Now we need to create our landing page. So our landing page, as we go back into KV Core, and I hover over Lead Engine on the left-hand side, I like to click on that. It's going to give me everything. I pick my domain and I start building my landing page. Okay. The key to a landing page is, like we looked at, it's an exchange of information. I, in this case, am going to give them my downloadable buyer's guide. They are going to give me their email address. We are exchanging pieces of value with each other. Okay. Now we have a ton of templates, and templates kind of loose because they're pretty much very similar. Any of them would work for sharing out a buyer's guide with just a little bit of change it up. So like, this is my generic lead generation. You know, I'm generating the lead, I'm getting that email address. This is the one we're going to do today. I do like this video view. This video view would not work specifically for this buyer guide because nowhere do they register. So video plus lead would be really powerful here, right? Because I can do a video, right? So this takes extra work, but I could record a video of myself, post it on YouTube, and really explaining. I mean, I could literally read the buyer's guide, right? Hey, you know, as this market is shifting, you know, you want to make yourself a competitive buyer. I suggest you do the following things. And if you want to download this, put your email below and you can download, you know, my buyer's guide template. right? Or if you don't want to tell them everything, just say, hey, this is Christina Hampton with Inside Real Estate. I would love to give you my information, my top 10 tips to buying a home in today's market. Enter your email below to download my buyer's guide. So you could do that as a video. That would be extra steps, but probably has more impact. Use a teleprompter that helps with those videos. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big fan of you can't see my computer, but I will often have like big post-its on the side of my screen with like specific terminology I want to make sure to say, or specific verbiage I want to say. So yeah, things like that. Absolutely. So there's a couple different types of landing pages. Those are the first three that you see on here. I'm sure we'll do another one another day about some of these other options. I kind of like this text code would be really impactful for this buyer's guide. You would need to do some extra steps, like I need to make a text code. We do have another success meetup all about text code landing pages. So today we're just going to pick this first lead generation, make our lives easier. But I wanted to show you how some of those other ones look and how they can up your landing page game. So then I definitely want to put a hashtag in here. It's optional because technically you don't need to. However, I don't really think it's optional. I think you should have to put one because it's going to help you, right? So this hashtag, you can put more than one in here. So this I'm going to put buyer's guide landing page even, because every lead that registers now, they're going to be given this label, buyer's guide landing page, right? And I'm going to put that as an example on my spreadsheet, buyer's guide landing page. Okay. Now I have my submit button text. So the submit button is this big orange button. See the list now does not make sense for this downloadable buyer's guide, but get the guide does, right? You can, and then here's where my paste comes in. The URL after you log in, I can right click and hit paste. I can hit Control V for view. If I'm on an Apple, I can hit the Mac sign, the command sign, Command V for view. Okay, so that's how we put that there. I can decide if I want to require their phone number or not. So right now it's just optional. Keep in mind that the more information you require from people, the less people you'll get. Now I can update my background image. So I like this lady. She's very thoughtful. She's the lady. Any of these would actually be pretty good for, maybe not that one. Well, maybe that one for a buyer's guide. Right? Maybe not this renovation one. Right? So you can pick any of the ones that we have on here, right? Family on a couch. You can pick any of those background images. You can, and we'll do this in another day, a custom background. So you can put your own image in here that is not in our list of options. Then you're going to decide what type of lead, right? If you're familiar with KV Core, you know our two primary ways to label people are status and lead type or deal type. So like new leads who are buyers, and new leads who are sellers, and new leads who are renters, or sphere who are sellers, or sphere who are renters. Right? So keep in mind that the lead type that you pick here will impact the smart campaign that this lead winds up on. So I'm promoting a buyer's guide, so I'm going to put them as a new lead buyer. Okay, now I want to go through and I want to change all of this verbiage, right? I can change all of it, even this little part down here. Right, so you can, here's what I like to do. You can double click and just erase things. I personally pretty much always get rid of the bottom two. It's too many words. The more you make people read, the less likely they are to get down to this submit section. So I want to tell them what they're getting if they give me their email address. So I want to pique their interest into, hey, this is a buyer's guide, and getting this buyer's guide is worth giving Christina Hampton of Inside Real Estate my email address, right? So want an edge in this changing market, question mark. I'm happy to help. Enter your email to download my buyer's guide, right? Or they don't know what a buyer's guide is, right? To download my top 10 tips for home buyers in today's market, right? Even just, and then it's really cool. You can make these really fun. You can actually put emojis in here, make it even more eye-catching. Like, want an edge, I might put a knife. I don't know, I might not put a knife now that I say that out loud. My top 10 tips, I might put like, like fireworks, top 10 tips, like fireworks, home buyers, I might put a home, different things like that. Can you add an extra line? You cannot. That is a great question. You cannot add an extra line. But let's see what happens if I just keep typing. Okay, so if I just keep typing, ooh, okay, I lied. No one is, I'm so excited. No one's ever asked me that before. Apparently, yes, if you hit enter, oh my gosh. Oh my god. Okay, I'm so excited. Apparently you can just hit enter, and yes, you can make more lines. Oh my gosh, I am flabbergasted. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. So I bet, yeah. Yes, you can make more lines. I'm super excited. Oh man. Yeah, so emojis, I just like to go to getemoji.com. Really simple, getemoji.com. So if you want to throw emojis in there, let's find that house, right? Search for house. There we go. There's a house. And I just hit copy and put that back into there it is, right? Super cute. So you want to continue to change these so they make sense, right? Free, instant, daily, weekly updates does not make sense with them getting my buyer's guide, right? This has to do with if they're getting search alerts. Now you can, as we continue to work through this landing page, you can trigger search alerts based on hashtag if that's appropriate for whatever you're doing on your landing page. So that might be appropriate here. This is a first time, well, I didn't say first time home buyer, right? If I said first time home buyer, I might attach a search alert for like whatever's considered an entry level home in my area, whatever price point, condo, something like that. But I didn't say first time home buyer, so I probably don't want to do that. But that is something you can do. I'm going to add that to my list. Okay, so I could even like, I don't always get creative. Sometimes I just erase it because I don't know what to say. Right, so download your email or enter your email to download my top 10 tips for home buyers in today's market. I might say, nope, I just like to keep it simple, honestly, right? There we go, simple. This is what you want. This is how you get it. We tend to kill people with too much information, right? Or if we give them so much information, they don't need to put their email address. Like, think about when you have a just listed flyer. You don't put every single thing about the home on the flyer. You put just enough information that people want to call you or text you or email you, etc. Right? Same thing here. I don't give away the whole farm, just enough information that they want to give me their email address. So now you do want to look this thing over. How did you delete the fields? You just double click in them. Double click and it'll go away. So now you want to give it a look over before you hit save, because once you hit save, you cannot come back and edit. So want an edge in this changing market? Enter your email to download my top 10 tips for home buyers in today's market. Excellent. They have hashtag buyer's guide landing page. Awesome. Get the guide. I might double check this link if I'm nervous about it, right? Maybe I will just for fun. Copy, paste. Let me just make sure. Okay, yep, this is taking me exactly where I want to go to my sample buyer's guide as a PDF. Good, good. I love it. I made them buyers. Excellent. Okay, now I'm ready to save. Okay, now there is something, this is new because this logo here pulls in from your company. So in the past, we've gotten some feedback of poor visibility. Like mine is nice and bright amongst the background picture. But if you have like a lighter or if you have a darker logo, you can't really see it. You can now click on light theme and it just lightens up that background. So that's new. I love that light theme. That's brand new, right? I don't really like that with this background picture, so I might play around and pick something different, but that's there. Yeah. Does the core logo change to something else? Great question. That's my logo. So this is for the company that I'm in. This will be your specific logo. Great question. Something I often forget to point out. So yes, this will be your company logo. And here is a pro tip. Pro tip. Almost no one knows this. So look up here. You can actually remove the logo if you double click on it. However, please, oh, please, oh, please be aware of compliance, right? This is going to be the first point of advertising. And for lots of us, that means we need to have a logo in here to be compliant. But you can double click and remove. If you remove, you cannot put it back. You'll have to start over. So double click with caution. Okay, now that I'm all done, I can click save here. And I get a warning, you cannot save or edit this page. That's fine. And here is my landing page. It is now ready to use. I am going to include this in our outline. Let's see what I want to put it. Create a landing page. There we go. That's where I want to put it. Yep. Okay, that works. So create the landing page. There we go. So now let's talk about the experience of having a landing page. Like, so now what? Now you want to put your landing page out in front of people. So you want to share it with people. You want to get eyeballs on this landing page. And so we have lots of webinars going over that. We're not necessarily going to go over that today. We can, but I do want to leave lots of opportunity for Q&A. So just a quick, you can click the share icon, click F for Facebook. That's my go-to because I have a demo Facebook page that I only use for landing pages and squeeze pages. So I clicked F for Facebook. Here's what it will look like. I can put something up here I like to. This is also kind of enough with landing pages. Want an edge in this changing market, enter your email. You're like, okay, great. I'm just going to post that to my Facebook. I can share it in a group, in an event. I could put it on Pinterest, LinkedIn, Twitter. I can put it wherever I want. So now my landing page is on my Facebook page. Someone sees the landing page, they think this is something of value that they want, they put in their email address. So let's do that. So this is my afternoon buyer's guide at gmail.com, right? Because that's how I know which test lead this is. So I click get the guide. And as I click get the guide, a couple things are happening. It's taking me right to that PDF that I had that I made shareable. They can download it from here. They can print it out from here, right? They can add it to their own Google Drive from here, right? If they download it, I can organize it and put it in my drive, right? So they can do whatever they want. So now let's take that last piece of the puzzle. So on our outline, Section 5, this bonus. Think about how you want to follow up with these leads specifically, right? Because as a default, these people are all going to come in as new leads who are buyers, right? So if we think about the follow-up, they're going to go on a new lead buyer smart campaign. Do I want them on the default new lead buyer smart campaign? Do I want to create a custom smart campaign that can be triggered by the hashtag that I used? Do I want to create a custom search alert automatically attached to them, right? Because right now they haven't gone anywhere that's going to attach a search alert to them, right? They haven't gone to my website. They haven't looked at any properties. They just downloaded my guide. So there will be no search alerts attached. There will be no market reports attached, right? So I can create a custom search alert for them. I can create a custom smart campaign if I don't want them on the default new lead buyer. I could manually follow up by going to my KV Core and going to my Smart CRM, filtering for people with that specific hashtag. So looking for my buyer's guide. Right, and there's my new lead from today. I can schedule out a mass email as well. So think about the follow-up that you want to have with these people specifically. Yeah, let me give you the links. So here is the link to today's outline. Coming right here. So today's outline. And then you can also follow and watch our YouTube channel in general. So we have a whole channel, but we also have specifically a playlist for these success meetups. So success meetup playlist. There you go. Yeah, so this is what we're starting to do in our success meetups is making an outline. So if you look back in the past, if you look back in that playlist, not every one of them is going to have an outline like this, but it is something that we are working on as we make these things better, right? So I'll put today's recording link on here too when that process is through. So if you don't want to follow our YouTube channel, you don't have to. We are also starting to put them in our Facebook group. So you can, if you're not in the Facebook group, check that out. That's also how you can see the upcoming topics for the week. So that's it for my prepared content, leveraging PDFs with landing pages. So think about what you have of value that you can promote out. And then think about how you're going to make that into a PDF. So you can create something new using Canva or using Google Docs or whatever is out there, right? You can use something that's already there. So if I don't want to create my own PDF, does my company have a marketing department? If I look at my local or my state or national board, so NAR, that's not a board, but you know what I mean? Or just Google something, right? See what's already out there. So free download for first-time home buyers. So my step 1 is to create a PDF using any of these strategies. Step 2, I need to make sure that I can share that PDF with people. So I chose to host mine in the Google Drive. That's the process that we worked through today. Step 3 is to create my landing page. Here's my example page from today. You can use any of the landing page templates. I used, make sure you use a hashtag, 100%. I put that in bold because I'm even going to highlight it because for this purpose, it's like, it's not optional, right? Use a hashtag, please. There we go. Right. So I used buyer's guide landing page. And then be mindful of the deal type that you pick because it's going to change the default smart campaign that these people get added to. And then once you're all done, you're going to, and then let me add one more. Make any edits to the background and copy that you would like. There we go. Share your landing page. And then as a bonus, think about your follow-up strategy. So should they go on the default new lead buyer campaign? Sure. Do you want to create a custom one? Do you want to add a custom search alert? Manually follow up with them, scheduling mass emails, things like that. Okay. All right, lots of chats coming in. So let me go back through. What is the name of the Facebook group? It is the Inside Real Estate Facebook. Hold on, that's not the real name. Inside Real Estate Success Strategies Group. You do have to get approved to join the group, but we approve pretty much everyone, so no worries. we will probably approve you. It happens pretty quickly. And then let's see. Yes, creating your follow-up plan now. I love it, Glenda. Good. How do you put in multiple hashtags? So multiple hashtags when you are making a landing page. Great question. You just put in a comma. So this would be #1, comma, no spaces, #2. And that's how you would make more than one. You do not use the symbol. You do not put any spaces in there. That's how you would do more than one hashtag. Good question. And there was one more. 2 more. Is that their workplace? It is not. Workplace is specific to your brokerage, Deanna. This Inside Real Estate Success Strategies, this is by us, by Inside Real Estate, the company who makes KV Core. So yeah, specific workplace, that's probably for your brokerage. And how do you make it so that new leads coming in automatically have that hashtag and then the follow-up plan starts? Yeah. So let's take that new lead that we just made, right? So as the new lead comes in through that landing page, the way that we built that landing page, we gave it a hashtag, right? So quick reminder in case you blinked and missed it, there is my space right here that says hashtag optional. For a strategy purpose, it shouldn't be optional. I get why it's optional, right? Because the landing page will function without a hashtag, but strategy wise, always hashtag when you can. Okay, so as someone registers, that hashtag gets applied to them. So I then got notified that I have a new lead. I can also see on my dashboard that I have a new lead, right? So here's the one that I just created. This one I made earlier, but here's the one I just created. They are a new lead, that's their status. They are a buyer, that is their lead type or deal type. And they came from my organic website. That's what it calls all landing pages. So the follow-up, as new leads come into KV Core, so let's click on this person. See, I already have to-dos because of their Smart Campaign. So on the right-hand side, as I scroll down, these are the 3 main follow-up systems in KV Core. So as I mentioned, they did not look at any properties. So there's not a property alert automatically assigned. You can make your own custom alert. If we have time, we'll go into that. If not, I'll link the how-to in the doc. I have a Smart Campaign that applies to this person because they are a new lead who is a buyer. Right, so they qualify for my default new lead buyer Smart Campaign. That just attaches automatically. And they didn't look at anything market report related, so they don't have a market report attached to them. Okay, so as a lead enters into the system, if they are a new lead, they are added to a new lead Smart Campaign if you have one turned on. So let's look at that. I will say as a default, most of you have new lead Smart Campaigns turned on and active. So you don't really need to worry about if you have them or not. But just in case, because there are a few brokerages out there that have them turned off, here's how you make sure. So you go to marketing. So that is our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th one down. Okay, you can just go to the Smart Campaign pop out. You can do that. I personally like to look at everything, And then I go to my Smart Campaigns, Manage Campaigns. Now, mine is a hot mess because I'm in here all the time doing testing and demos. So I'm going to search to make all of our lives easier, and I'm going to search for new lead and see what pops up. Okay, so odds are you will have two things in here, which I don't even have. You will have odds are you will have a default new lead buyer campaign and a default new lead seller campaign. That is most likely what you will see. And most likely, if I look all the way to the right, the status will be on, which is to the right, which means that new leads who come in who are buyers, this campaign is turned on. And so all new leads who are buyers, this attaches to them. Okay, so that's one thing to check. Make sure you have a campaign on that makes sense for these people. Now, yours will be scoped, so far right corner for the company. That means that you cannot make edits to this campaign. That's okay, because it's a default campaign. That means that you can be like me and make a user version. It also means that you can make your own from scratch, or you can make a copy of this campaign and have it change its starts when logic. So starts when, this starts when I have a new lead who's a buyer. However, I can open that up and change it. What I would really want to do though is make a copy. And I don't want to change my original. I want to change my copy. So I want to make a clone. And instead of this being for all new leads, I want this to be for my new leads. And I add a trigger of hashtag buyer's guide landing page. Now this is a little advanced. Okay. So if you put this on the back of your mind to learn how to make custom campaigns in a month or 2 or 6, awesome. We also definitely have previous success meetups that talk about smart campaigns. Let me see if I can find them really quickly. So date-based one, smart goals. There we go. Okay, so, oh yeah, okay. We definitely do. So all the way back in November. Whoo, I had a blank. All the way back in November, we had Smart Campaign Basics and Create Your Own Smart Campaigns. Hint, I did both of them. That is also me. That is a great screenshot. I'm so glad it's paused right as I make that face. So yes, we have way more information about Smart Campaigns. I will link those as well into our handout sheet. There we go. Okay. Shush. Okay. You can't hear that, I'm sure, but it's the ads are playing in the background for me. Okay, so I will add those to our doc. Okay, and then when you're all done, right, so this is my buyer's guide smart campaign. And I don't have to do like a whole lot of things here. I just might change, like, I just might change this first email that goes out because they didn't go to my website. So I might edit this and say, hey, just checking, did you get my buyer's guide? By the way, I have a lot of other resources on my website, right? So I might just make, that might be the only change that I make. I might not even do anything else to here, or I might make a whole ton of changes. I might make something completely custom, right? But I can do things like that. Okay, let me check my chat. Can you edit the hashtags later? So Stephen, you can absolutely change and edit hashtags whenever you want. However, you cannot go back into your landing page and change that. So like once I have created my landing page and I've saved it, I can't go back and edit it for later. You could get, you could make a new landing page. You could get really fancy with a smart campaign and say, okay, old hashtag, let me make a campaign, literally just changes it to the new hashtag. Like you could just do like a one-step smart campaign like that, things like that. Deanna, you don't see the option for default new lead buyer. So if you go to your smart campaigns, so again, marketing, smart campaigns, if you search for new lead, you should see a default new lead buyer and a default new lead seller. If you do not, if anyone does not, do not fear. Right next to my campaigns, there is a KV Core library. This KV Core library is full of all kinds of good stuff. We have 27 campaigns in there for you to, check out, but it's free. So it's like buying for free, that's the best. So type in new lead here, Diana. Type in new lead there. I'm going to see even more options. You do not want these conversion ones. They're fine. Okay, they're fine. They're a holdover from our old product. They're fine. They're not as good as the new defaults. Okay, that's all. They're fine. They're just not the best, right? Okay, good. So now you take this default new lead seller in your case, or the default new lead buyer, and you click add to my library. And then you have your very own copy and version that you can change, make edits to your heart's desire. Yeah, awesome. Okay, let's see. Rhonda, struggling with how do you update individual contacts with tasks? Okay, let me circle back to Stephen's question because I realized I didn't quite answer that fully, Stephen. How do you edit hashtags? So this will go right in with Rhonda. How do you update individual contacts with tasks? So taking a step back, forgetting everything we learned today. Well, don't forget it, but just put it to side. The key to KV Core is that it keeps you organized. And there's all kinds of automation, there's all kinds of lead generation, there's all kinds of things that you can do. If you are feeling like, oh man, there's a lot to do, that's okay. One, you need people in here. And two, check on your dashboard. And that's it. If you're feeling like, oh my gosh, those are the two things you need, people and your dashboard. So I have a call scheduled for me today. That is because I have my brand new landing page lead from today, and I am assigned something to do. I probably have tasks for the same people because those are my smart campaigns. Okay, I've got other tasks here. So Rhonda, if you're going to update individual contacts with tasks that you've completed or initiated or add any notes, couple things. So let's say I've got Tiffany here and I have a weekly reminder to check in with her. If I already know that I've done it, like, okay, I called her yesterday, I can just mark as done. That's the easiest thing to do. So I'm just going to mark it as done. Okay. Alternatively, let's say Bob Christmas here. I did not call him yesterday, for example. I can click on his name and it takes me to his whole lead detail record. Rhonda, this is both going to be for you, and Stephen, this is also going to be for you. I can make edits and add notes and add interactions in here. So on my left-hand side, I see his contact information, I see his deal type, and I see his hashtags. I can add new hashtags from here, right? I can remove hashtags from here just by clicking on that little X. So I can add and remove hashtags at any time. I can also see what I have past due. So past due check-in with Bob as well. And then I can complete my check-in, like complete an action over here on the right-hand side. So this is KV Core reminding me I should talk to Bob so he doesn't forget about me. So maybe I call Bob, which I don't have a phone number for him. So maybe I send Bob an email. Right, just I'm gonna pick a random email and send that on its way. And now I can mark this task as done. right? And since I'm behind with Bob, here's a new one. I can add a note. I can send a text message. I can send a core video. I can update his property alerts. That can be how I check in with Bob. That's fine. But I can add a note. Like, let's say Bob and I went and had coffee, right? Had coffee, talked about mortgage rates, gave him business cards of 2 lenders my clients have worked with. Maybe one of these lenders is even in KV Core with me, so hashtag Lucy Lender and CC her on that. Add that note. Mark that as done. Yeah, so 2 ways, Rhonda, to adjust what you've done. If it is something that is scheduled for you on the desktop, on the dashboard, excuse me, you can just mark as done, just mark done. Same thing with my calls. My calls are a little bit different. I can click this call button here and I can log a call that I've completed. Or I can use the mobile app and make my calls from there. Or I can call using the smart number. Lots of options. So that's working from the dashboard. I can also click on their name or search for someone up top, right? If it's not something that's scheduled, like pretty sure I have a Jessica in here somewhere. Yep. So Jessica, I searched for her at the top. Here she is. I can call her. I can text her, add a note for her, adjust her property alerts based on the conversation that we just had. So good question. All right, we're at the end of our time. Great day. Okay, good. Yeah, I was afraid the note would go to them. No, good call. Good. Yeah, good point out. No, that note is just for you. That's just internal. The exception to that is if you do have a lender, they are in KV Core, they will also see notes. You could choose to notify your lender as well. Also, let's say it's something you always want to be able to easily reference. You can even pin something to the top and you can go back and edit them. Like I like to pin to the top. It might be how I met them. I probably also pin their spouses or their kids' names or their pets, right? Something that I want to like at a glance. I don't want to have to search for that information. I just want it pinned to the top for always until I go back and edit and change. Yeah. All right. Well, we are all done for the day. I did see one more come in, and so I will answer that about lenders. Stephen, call and text capture. I would go to the live training calendar and attend our Thursday agent quick start, or I would go to the agent quick start and take the 4th section of the course. That will go over call capture text codes. Diana, how to add a lender. I believe with your brokerage, you need to reach out to support. For most people, it's something that needs to be added to by your admins. But since you are a specific brokerage that uses Workplace, I am fairly certain I know who you're with, and you can reach out to support to add them. All right. Well, thank you all for coming today. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I hope to see you more in some success meetups because they sure are a good time. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope you make some excellent PDFs, get out some landing pages to leverage your expertise. And I'll see you guys online. I think I'm back next Thursday. Let me check real quick. I think. Yep, I'm back next Thursday. All right, have a great day.